Yeah, Michael, I did my human movement studies with all European lecturers. So it's interesting to me, that you chose the field that you chose. So what do you think influenced your coaching approach, your coaching style the most? Because we all came out of our classes having been intensely involved with these individuals for 3 years. And then we all coached like they coached us, until we developed our own style. What were your influences in that domain?
Yeah, I would actually say that that is my engineering background that has influenced my coaching. If I pick one thing, it is the engineering background, because I think that, or the way I think about coaching, I am systematic. Like, you have to be in engineering. If you're creating a sort of product like we did in the medical device industry, you start with thinking about the end goal. Okay, what does this device have to do? What are the things that can't go wrong? What are the safety, the guardrails you need to have in place? And if this device should do X, then how does it do that? What is the easiest way for you to achieve that? That requires the least energy, has the minimum risk of breakdown, so on. So basically, if you start with a goal, let's call it a 10-hour Ironman, then you break that down. What does that mean for the swim? What does that mean for the bike? What does that mean for the run? Then you break that down further. Okay, if we want to bike for 5 hours, 20 minutes, what power is that for this athlete, given their aerodynamic capacity and given the course? And you work backwards from that in the swim and the run, same kind of thing. And then when you have those parameters established, you try to come to a training prescription. So, or you of course you have to have a measure of where you are right now. So where are we at right now? I can hold X amount of watts for 5 hours 20, but I need to add 20 more watts to get to that goal bike split. So what do we need to do in training to get to that? And then you have your toolbox, which is the different training interventions, the different workouts, and so on. And a lot of what that triathlon show is about, and what the guests on the show talk about, and what I talk about, is the different tools in the toolbox. But then the challenge is trying to pick the right tool in the toolbox, and for that there's always a lot of experience, a lot of pattern recognition, but there's a lot of trial and error in a way. But yeah, you have to just be monitoring and be very observant and have a good communication with the athlete. So but I think that the engineering background that I have is the biggest influence, because that's what allows me to have a pretty systematic approach to coaching, and I've built some systems and processes that I think work well. And then I'm really agnostic to the training philosophy, because for me those are just the different tools that I have at my disposal. But the engineering approach is what helps me prioritize. Okay, this athlete needs to work on the bike. They need to add this many watts. This athlete needs to work on the swim. This athlete needs to work on the run. And I know that because I've broken things down into smaller components, and then all the way until I get to the point where I need to really apply the training intervention.
You know what? I'm so glad I didn't call those rapid fire questions, because I needed that answer. That was fantastic. Well done, Michael. That's a perfect answer. Thank you. I remember Sebastian Coe's dad was an engineer as well, and he approached it from what he called first principles. And that's basically what you just said, use those first principles.